The last couple of weeks, I've just been arguing in my mind, and I noticed how the thoughts would become louder and louder and say, "Hey, Eric, like, stop the business." Like, when I was in that darkroom retreat, I realized that I've been neglecting my passion project, my heart project, the thing I love so much, which has been smothered and suppressed by my workaholic patterns of focusing with tunnel vision on my business. And I realized that, hey, this is actually what I wanted to do. This is what I'm here to do. Like, I didn't come on this earth to build an online marketing agency. I want to do this. I want to pursue my passion in that sense. But I didn't have the balls yet to act on that. So a journey unfolded, a continuous journey of letting go, because I had like interventions with friends, because I'm faced with reality, right? I look reality straight in the eye, and it's like, whoa, now all my spiritual principles and philosophies and mindsets and belief systems are put to the test. Like, is it actually possible to earn 100% of your living, of your life purpose in 6 months, for example? Like, can you jump off the cliff and build the airplane while falling?
Welcome to a new For the Record video. So, it's long overdue.
I didn't think that I'd be wearing a shirt in one of my videos because I went so hippie monk mode. But I'm actually a monk now, which is funny because I knew that I was in an ashram, but I didn't know that ashram actually means monastery. And I didn't have to cut off my hair, but that's a story for another day, why I cut it off. Bottom line is that it was a much needed reset. And believe it or not, this bald head inspired me to reset my life and show up in a completely different way. What do I mean by that? Well, I've been struggling with a decision for months now. Last year, I did a darkroom retreat, and I was 10 days in complete darkness, which, by the way, I still haven't recorded a video on this to this day. I wanted to do it right after. But there was a resistance, like an invisible wall that didn't let me do it. And the same thing repeated. So it's a pattern, which I haven't completely seen through yet, but I have my first few little hints of why. And I'll share those in a second, which might be useful in case you are struggling or feeling resistance or procrastinating on something, especially if it's a big step in life. Because when I was in that darkroom retreat, I realized that I've been neglecting my passion project, my heart project, the thing I love so much. I've been dying to start this YouTube channel for years now. And I've mentioned this in other videos, but I was so focused on building a marketing agency that I had founded in 2019 that I'd always self-sabotage my passion project or never even started, because instead of working maybe only 8 hours and then a little bit on the YouTube channel, I'd work 12 hours on my business. And that would continue, and I would fall into the same patterns, and I was kind of in a hamster wheel, overworking myself and really sucking out the last energy I had. And when I had the darkroom retreat last year in the winter, that was like, whoa, like a reawakening to my life purpose, what I'm here to do. And as I'm talking, I remember the voice recordings and messages I had made while I was in the darkroom retreat, which I might share one day, most definitely. In the darkroom retreat, it was a reawakening to my life purpose. What do I mean by that? And how does that tie to the ashram now and the resistance and my online business? Apologies if I'm opening way too many loops here, but it will all make sense if you stick with me. So, one deep breath. While I was in the darkroom retreat, my soul, my inner child, or my subconscious mind, the connection to my heart reawakened and ignited that fire which was so dim, which has been smothered and suppressed by my workaholic patterns of focusing with tunnel vision on my business. And I realized that, hey, this is actually what I wanted to do. This is what I'm here to do. Like, I didn't come on this earth to build an online marketing agency. Like, I want to do this. I want to express myself creatively. I want to share with the world. I want to help others. I want to impact. I want to turn myself inside out and wear my heart on my chest and live with integrity and pursue my passion in that sense. But I didn't have the balls yet to act on that. So a journey unfolded, a continuous journey of letting go, because I had like interventions with friends where they said, hey, look, you can make this experiment now where you pause the agency and get back to it in 6 months if you weren't successful with the YouTube channel. Like, you can always start again. But I was so attached to my business and it was still making a decent amount of money that I couldn't let go yet. And I had this hope, this carrot dangling in front of me, the idea I got from a coach to hire a CEO who could do all of it for me and manage the business for me. And I thought that I had so much hope for that. So I invested into that and lost a bunch of money, also with salaries from previous employees, because the revenue started dipping since I removed myself from client acquisition. And I was then in Thailand, working a lot less, doing a lot of soul searching. But yeah, I lost a lot of money with the business, and I was growingly more frustrated with it, because since I wasn't doing the client acquisition anymore and I was managing someone to do it for me, I got frustrated with that situation because I didn't have direct control over it anymore. I know when I do something, how it's done, and I am responsible for failure and success, and I know how to get to success. But managing someone else and doing as much as I can, but still not seeing success, made me very frustrated. And also losing money with every month that passes. So then fast forward, I did a Vipassana retreat, and I basically got a similar message again. I was like, whoa, like when I get out of this retreat, like immediately I'll have to tell my CEO or partner that we have to stop the business. And that was such a crazy idea. It was like, whoa, like, are you crazy? Can you really do that? Like, how am I going to earn money? And like, is this really smart? Like, why not have the business run on the side and start the YouTube channel? And so on and so on and so on. And so the mind came back in. It's just interesting to see how in those moments of clarity on retreats, when I was really honest with myself, it was clear as daylight what decision needed to be made, but without a reason. So it was almost, there were reasons for and against it, but that feeling was unconditional. It was clear as daylight without a reason. Even though there were reasons on the mind level, the clarity was beyond or above the mind. So it felt kind of strange because it felt like the reasons that my mind came up with for against it weren't enough. So then I got lost in the mind again, and I was like, can I really trust that? And I also realized, and this is what I told a friend enthusiastically, that I really needed to make that experience, to hang on until my last pinky finger on the edge, so I know I had done everything I could for my baby, for my business, right? I didn't want to kill it. Of course, I wanted to make that courageous step, but also I didn't want to kill it. I really wanted to exhaust all options. So fast forward to today. The last couple of weeks, I've just been arguing in my mind, and I noticed how the thoughts would become louder and louder and say, hey, Eric, stop the business. I don't want to do this anymore, right? I want to be a wild animal. I want to be out there again, on the edge, on my edge, doing something where I don't know, success is not certain. I felt like my ass was pampered with this early success with the marketing agency and earning a shit ton of money for my circumstances. And relative to my environment, it was such a surreal experience that was almost too easy in a sense, but also it wasn't connected to a purpose. So I had the experience of earning a ton of money without purpose and seeing the emptiness and seeing through that. So then I realized, hey, look, if I continue to earn a ton of money with the agency now, even if it's hand off and I can focus on my YouTube channel, it's still not being out there in the wild, right? As a man, and I don't mean this in a toxic way at all, it's just being out there and hunting, having no safety net. There's a certain thrill in that, but not only thrill, I don't mean this as a rush, but a kind of connectedness to your core, right? Knowing you are here, you are here. It's because it's for me, it was almost imagine you are out there and you always get money, a trust fund from your parents. It doesn't feel like you are as independent and on your own as if you earn your own money. Now, of course, I earned my own money with the agency, but it still felt a little bit like that. It didn't matter if I got money from my parents. I didn't, but it didn't matter for me almost if I got money from my parents or my agency, because both seemed it's like a cheat code, it's no more fun to play the game when you are in that mode where you have a cheat code and you can do everything you want, right? So I wanted to earn my own money again and be back in those beginner shoes, right? When I built my agency, 2019, 2020, when I got started, I know how much fear I had, how much doubt I had, and that wasn't an enjoyable experience. But now, with all the growth and emotional work I did, I feel like this whole new beginner process of uncertainty and will I make money, it's a drama story, right? It makes you come alive. It's such an enjoyable process because I'm faced with reality, right? I look reality straight in the eye, and it's whoa, now all my spiritual principles and philosophies and mindsets and belief systems are put to the test. Is it actually possible to earn 100% of your living off your life purpose in 6 months, for example? Can you jump off the cliff and build the airplane while falling? I don't have nothing in my bank account anymore, but I lost so much money, I had so many expenses with the business that I probably lost 80 to 90% of my savings over the last 6 months. So there's not a lot left. And if I invest that into YouTube courses, that could be gone rather quickly. So now it's like, oh, coming alive again. Like, what do I do with these limited resources? And I can 100% focus on it. I can 100% lay myself into that experience and fully own it, fully stand in my presence and be and create, right? And it's so funny because even if I only work 1 hour per day on an agency and make a shit ton of money with it, it's not the same thing, because it's not only about the time, but it's about mental capacity and integrity. And I noticed that, and this is maybe just my limiting belief that was created through the, not failure, but things that happened in the last couple of months, where I had the experience of putting in a lot of effort and then it not working, right? So now I was discouraged, and maybe the solution is actually, because here's the thing, I don't want to create new expectations, right? This is a big thing that I had learned now over the last couple of months, is like really surrendering expectations and dying into the present moment, where you don't create new expectations, right? I don't want to go from, oh, I have the expectation to make 100K with the agency in monthly revenue, to how I have now the expectation to have 100,000 YouTube subscribers, or I'll even just make a living of it. Like, I want to surrender into the moment and like fully stand in my presence and be in integrity with my soul, or what my heart or subconscious mind or whatever you want to call it is telling me, and like really own that. And like, because I so strongly believe that then you are safe, you are protected, you are taken care of. Like, when you are fully here, there, you're in touch with yourself and the universe around you, then you will be taken care of. Like, I don't want to be the self-made hustler who did it with my own ego, mind, will and made it happen. No, it's like giving it off, like handing it off, right? To life. And in the past I would have sounded, oh, that sounds so soy boy, hippy dippy, woo woo, wishy washy, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful. It's more masculine. It's more deeply rooted in a heartfelt truth than anything else that I had previously learned. So yeah, there's a lot more that I wanted to mention, but I feel like I said most of what I wanted to say, and everything else will follow in a different video. So, Namah Shivaya, and have a wonderful night.